Hey guys, I wanted to take a moment to explain something very important to you. As I'm looking over your discussions for the classroom startup budget, I noticed how surprised most of you guys were at how expensive everything is. So, you didn't do a budget for a whole center, but I'm thinking at this point you are starting to understand the complexities of finances when it comes to running a childcare center. Not only do you have to worry about outfitting all those rooms and paying teachers, but you've also got to worry about, expenses such as building rent and utilities and insurance and, regular expenses such as food and cleaning supplies. So it really is difficult. And this is a great advocacy opportunity. So I wanted to explain something to you. It's called the Childcare Trilemma. And there's a lot of articles and research on this, but I just wanted to give you guys a quick visual. Okay, so as you guys noticed, running a childcare is expensive, right? So a lot of people are like, well, why do public school teachers get paid more than preschool teachers? Well, it's because public school teachers are funded by the state government. Our tax dollars go to pay for public school teachers. And the problem with childcare is that we do not have public dollars going to childcare centers quite yet. Now, in the last 10 years, we've had a huge increase in awareness of the importance of early childhood, and we've seen a growth in public pre-Ks and Head Starts and things like that. We have very high quality government child care on the bases. They're all NACE accredited, the child development centers. So as far as government money is going, we are finally seeing need-based child care be affordable. In your public pre-Ks and your Head Starts, you've got to qualify for one or more reasons. So we're seeing that. But the problem is, what about everybody else? And so that's where our advocacy comes into play, to know who our senators and delegates, our House of Representatives are, and to always be aware of who is making these budget votes and what do they stand for. Because I like to think that in my lifetime, I will see quality child care available to every child at an affordable rate. But for right now, our issue is the Childcare Trilemma. So what we have is the issue of affordability. Okay? So this is, can parents pay for childcare? Let me give you an idea. When I first started teaching preschool in Wilmington, North Carolina, okay, maybe it wasn't first, but it was maybe my third something year teaching. To be in the infant room, it was $800 and something a month. And we were a quality 5-star center. That is not very affordable. That's more than the rent I paid when I was living there. So, we have the affordability aspect. But let's put this into play. Compensation. How are we going to pay our teachers? Or, as you guys know, childcare does not pay a lot yet. And that's several reasons. One is obviously what we're getting to here with this trilemma, but two, it's because there is no college degree necessary to be a preschool teacher. Many of you have gone into observations and told me, wow, this teacher did not know what they were talking about. And it's because they are not required. You are not required to be in school yet. I think you will eventually. But right now, there is no education requirement, so the pay is low. Generally speaking, you get what you pay for. So what happens is when quality teachers go out into the field, they're discouraged because they are worth more than what they're getting paid. So don't let that discourage you, because the joy of teaching is worth so much more than the money, and a early childhood degree can get you many places other than just a child care. But just keep in mind these government jobs, such as working on base at a child development center or working at a Head Start, these do pay significantly better. So we've got affordability, compensation, and then we have quality. All right, so we all know that the more compensation that we pay people, the better quality we're going to get, right? We just talked about if you have more education, you get paid more. So if you get paid more and you have more education, you're going to produce a more high quality environment, right? There's a big difference between a preschool classroom that operates with a educated teacher and one that does not. So cool, if we can pay our teachers good money, we're going to get quality. That's going to be great. But how does that factor in with affordability? If we have quality down here, that's awesome. But in order to have quality, we've got to pay our teachers, right? But then how is that going to be affordable to parents? We're going to be charging them, double their mortgage. So we've got a big issue here. You can have 2 out of these 3 things as we stand now, and that's a problem. So let's take out another one. Let's say this. We can have, let's do it the other way. Say we don't compensate our teachers well. We pay the minimum wage. We're going to have minimum quality most likely, correct? There's going to be a high turnover rate. People are going to be quitting. They're going to be unhappy. So we're going to be affordable, but our quality is not going to be good because we are not compensating our teachers. So any way you look at it, we have quite an issue here. This is called a trilemma because there's 3 factors. So a dilemma is 2 factors. This is 3 factors. It's an issue. All right, so this just gives you a little food for thought when you're thinking about budgeting, especially for those of you that want to open your own childcare. Keep this in mind. I will be honest with you. I did my bachelor's thesis when I was working on my bachelor's degree on how to develop and open my own childcare center. Then I went and got my master's in administration for education and human resources because I wanted to open my own child care center. But after studying it for several years, I came to the terms that it was not for me. I wanted more of the interaction than the business side of it. Personally, not to say we don't need great owners with knowledge of early childhood, but it just wasn't personally for me. However, the cool thing is my administration degree prepared me to administer the early childhood program here at Tidewater Community College. So, that definitely wasn't in my plan, but really, y'all, education, you really can go anywhere with it. So keep at it. But with this information, I hope you are just more knowledgeable and that you will make an effort to get to know who represents you. You can go to the NACCE Public Policy website at nacce.org, click on Public Policy, and you can put your zip code in and find out exactly who represents you. And then from the NACCE website, you can actually email the people right there and, tell them who you are, what you do, where you work. Invite them to come see your childcare when they're not in session. Invite them to see what you do on a daily basis and how you should be paid more. Because guess what, guys? I think Dr. Seuss said it best in his book, The Lorax. But, oh man, now I'm going to forget the line. But it's something along the lines as if nobody does anything, then nothing's going to change. So you've got to do something. Even if you email. I've done that before. I've visited Congress members and invited them to see my childcare, to see what I do on a daily basis. And I've given them facts. Like the first 5 years of a child's life is when 90% of the brain develops. But yet we're paying teachers minimum wage to develop this. Like, no wonder our world is falling apart, huh? So be educated. Look at my extra credit in the syllabus. If you join NACCE, which is only, I think, $35 for a year, you can get extra credit. If you sign up for Children's Champions on the NACCE website, you can get extra credit. Just be involved and help make our world better in early childhood. Okay, talk to you guys later. Bye.